They'll start on the ground here on first down.
And he works his way forward to pick up 4 yards there. Second down.
Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards there and an Eagle first down. 3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Second and 11. Out to his left.
He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts.
And he goes out of bounds and looks like right at the 50. Short completion, just 4 yards. 3rd and 7 now.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw.
A high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Looking up into the lights, and he muffs it.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Second down, another carry for Jackson.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
The Niners are 12-2 now on the year. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And Vic's throw there incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Vic with the incompletion on first down, and now that leads to 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Operating from the gun, Vic. Flush to his right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. A fight for it, and this is caught. It's caught indeed. A big play there for the Niners. 51 yards.
Here we go now on 1st and goal.
On the give, here comes Jackson. And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From the 6. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having an easy game.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
And he's going to get this one down inside the 15. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Second down, another carry for Jackson.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Again, it's Jackson as he'll stay on the ground. And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns. Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Fields this way up at the 17. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw here.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the 49ers will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you try and force plays, right? You try and get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Eagles are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So the interception there. And, Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better care of the football because turnovers in that situation, they really become magnified. My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
49ers have an extra defensive back on the field. A nickel set for 3rd down. Now back to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Oh, it's a wobbler here. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
They run again with Jackson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Vick now from the 50. He's got a man, complete. And they'll have it.
And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review of that last play. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
From the gun, Vick. Touchdown! A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Niners take a 3-touchdown lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From just inside the 20, a short kick.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. Throwing on 1st down. Vick. That's complete to Sharp. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. He got 29 yards that time.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll run it with Jackson. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. Here we go on 4th down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Niners are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 28-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
A short kick taken at the 18. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal range to try to muster something out of this drive.
And I'm going to go ahead and date myself one more time because I'm going to quote an old Smokey and the Bandit lyric. They've got a long way to go and a short time to get there, but they still have time to get it done. So I'm looking forward to watching them mount this drive and see if they can get some points out of it.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The line to gain is the 33 on 3rd down. He'll look to throw.
He'll get that one to Carter complete. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. Well, the good news, at least they won't take that goose egg into the locker room. Maybe a little something to build on.
Yeah, it hasn't been the greatest of first halves for them, has it? But at least now, as you mentioned, they put some points on the board. And it's been funny in our experience watching games. Sometimes something as little as a field goal could change the fortunes of a team, and they could come out and look real sharp in the second half.
They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position.
This will be the final play of the half. Vick. He's got a man complete.
And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve.
As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball. Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Vick. Buying time to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Vick. Bringing it in. Jackson left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Off the play fake, Vick. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Jackson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And the Niners are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. They'll run again with Jackson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one. And on that play, they were able to make the stop.
And you knew they were going to go to it. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
A short kick taken at the 18. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So nothing doing there. And that will bring up second down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, two hands. Get two hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
That throw by Vick incomplete.
That's tremendous field position that they were given following the turnover, but they've still got work to do to get to field goal range, and the coverage we're seeing isn't going to make it easy.
Third quarter action, and we appreciate you spending your Christmas Eve right here with us. 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Vick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first two throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
To throw on third down, Vick. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
I thought that was a completed pass until he came in and forced the ball from his hands. Not only did he make a nice play, he brings up fourth down.
Tucker's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well, and kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
From just inside the 20, a short kick. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And they'll accept that penalty. They show run with three tight ends here on first down.
They'll set up a throw. He finds his man complete. That's Moss. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down. They'll set up to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. He'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
The Eagles on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Sliding under pressure again, and down he goes again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted.
And the Niners are going to take possession of the football. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
Now a throw over the middle, and he's got it to start the drive. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Well, this one probably not the close game you would expect or hope to see in prime time, CD. But, of course, that wasn't their intent in preparing for this one. They said they felt like their offense was...
Touchdown, 49ers! A 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the 49ers add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
Tucker with the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result.
He lost 4 there, and it's third down. He'll look to throw. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
And the 49ers are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a...
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, 49ers. A big play there. 47 yards.
And the Niners are on their way to a 13th win on the year as they add on to their lead.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Takes it at the 7. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Here we go on 2nd and 12.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Now, they tried to catch him by surprise there on 3rd down, but this defense, they were all over the jet sweep.
And it's oftentimes all about what you're doing on the backside of the defense, whether it's the defensive end or the outside backer, who's setting the edge. And if they don't get blown off the line of scrimmage, they can really wreck a play. And in this case, they were able to make the tackle for a loss as a result. NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
60 Bison.
They'll start here with Jackson, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Despite the late lead, Vic's going to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. It's a play fake. Now Vic. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. Vic will look to throw on 1st down. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Mike, 53, Mike. Come on, boy.
And they take a knee. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
A third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And they will take a knee here. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This would be one heck of a record if he makes this. And supreme confidence in the kicker turns to supreme failure, as that is obviously no good. And they will remain well behind.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone...
And this will be caught, and the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This one
and a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception.
And the Niners come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at